Hello IB English students, and welcome to the second quarter week 1 day 1 video. This video is designed for those students who were absent during our live Zoom class. In order to get you set up for the DIRT test, which you'll need to make up, and I'll go over that with you in a minute, you're going to want to open the DIRT prep sheet 1 of 3 so that you could have that open while you test. As a review of our class and Zoom norms, remember everything you say, do, or type is recorded, so keep it school appropriate. Please keep your camera microphone off until asked to unmute. Use the raise your hand feature or the chat to ask questions. And as always, there's no saving, downloading, or taking pictures of our class today or ever. If you take a look at the agenda before I get into that, I just want to remind you that this is the last opportunity you have to register for your IB exams. Mrs. Ersky needs those registration forms in by the 12th, which is Thursday this week. So please complete them. Again, it doesn't cost you anything to fill out the registration form. You can always change your mind later. And even if if cost of the exams was an issue, Mrs. Ersky has ways to work around that, and she's willing to work with you. So please fill that out on the off chance that you would take the exam. It's just better for her and better for you. If you look at our agenda for today, students during the live class took the first of 3 DIRT tests for the Awakening, which is due at the end of the period. And then they continued reading the next section of the Awakening and started working on their next DIRT prep sheet, which is due before midnight on Sunday. So if you're watching this video and you were absent, if you missed the test during the live Zoom session, you may make up the assignment during student support on Tuesday, November 10th or Wednesday, November 11th. Do not open the test before told to do so during the student support. That'll make it look like you were cheating, and we don't want that. So, and remember that the student support link is located directly below the Zoom link that you use to join class normally. These helpful reminders are listed along with the actual DIRT test about the citation key as well as the annotation reminder, and that will also be displayed on the Zoom screen while you're testing. Again, this is what the screen looks like while you were testing. Remember to read and follow the directions carefully, work in the document, do not make a copy. You must turn that in at the end of the class, or in your case, if you're doing this as the makeup part, it'll be due at the end of the student support session. And then if you had questions, you would use chat to ask those. I'll keep track of your time for you. And again, the citation reminder for when you use a quote is here. You don't have to worry about a page number. And the annotation reminder is about what those annotations on the side should look like and their formatting. Okay. So once the test was over, and I'm going to move this. Once the test was over, you would start reading the next section of the text, which is chapters 16 to 26, or in Roman numerals, XVI to XXVI of the PDF, and take notes. Please remember to keep your notes to 2 pages. The characters that you'll be following for this section of the text are Edna Pontellier again, Léonce Pontellier, Alcée Arobin, Dr. Mandelet, and Mademoiselle Rice again. So you have 2 new characters and 3 characters that you're still tracking from before. As a reminder, you should be limiting your notes about these characters to what happens in chapters 16 to 26. Those will be the things that will help you on the next DIRT test. So just make sure that you're paying attention to that. At the bottom of your DIRT prep sheet, right there are the places, events, and interactions in the chapters that you're going to want to pay attention to. This time around, you're going to be looking at Léonce's perception of Edna's actions after returning to New Orleans, so after their beach trip. The relationship between Edna and Léonce, so that's something you were looking at before. Now you're looking at more evidence of that. Connections between the thoughts and events in chapters 19 and 22. The Colonel's visit, and connections between Edna's comments about the Lebrun home in chapter 20 and her actions in chapter 26. And as always, you are also going to be looking for those global issue connections as well, culture and identity, community, science, technology, etc. Remember that you want to try and prioritize the connections that you made from the first part of the text where possible. That way, when it comes time for you to write the higher level essay outline, it'll be much easier for you to find quotes that you want to use and scenes that you want to use for that essay. And again, if you're struggling to figure out like what it is that you should be taking notes on, or like what is noteworthy versus not noteworthy, I suggest you check out the resource that is placed in the footnote of in the footer of the document as well. And that's it. So after you're done watching this video, again, make sure that you attend student support to make up the actual DIRT test that you missed. And then you would proceed to read chapters 16 to 26 of The Awakening and just start working on that next DIRT prep sheet. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon in class.